is a video about success and failure, a lot of failure. It's about spending money on things you don't need, and it's about, needing things to spend money on. So with that said, what we have going on here is this 2008 GMC Sierra has a power window that's not working quite right. Also occasional power door lock, weird anomalies, but mostly the window was kind of hit and miss, and then all of a sudden it got right here and stopped. So follow along as I attempt to diagnose this situation and fix it the right way, eventually. Well, welcome to another How Am I Going to Fix That video. You ever have an issue where your power window doesn't do the old up-down, the old zip-zip? Well, that's what I'm living with here, and it's no fun. I initially thought that it was the switch because, ironically, I changed the switch and it started working for a little bit. Still a little random, and we ended up with a situation here where the window is in this position and it won't go anywhere else. I took my voltmeter and checked. I've got power on the switch, but there's nothing happening in the movement territory. So never mind all this dog hair. That's really not dog hair. That's golden angel dust from golden retrievers. It goes everywhere, everywhere. Anyway, I'm going to jump in here and get this changed. You don't need a whole lot of tools, but you're going to need a little bit of patience. These door panels are not the best for removing. They're a little tricky, and try to go through and show you some of those issues. The main thing that you're going to run into is the dealing with the cable on the back side of this. All right, that's the old one. Cross your fingers. Well, that's not good. That literally did not fix it. So perhaps there was nothing wrong with that one. I've changed the switch. Shoo. am I missing here, guys? Not getting any power. I guess I'm gonna have to go do some more diagnostic. Is there a power window relay? Perhaps there is. We're gonna cut the video here and I'm gonna go do some more research and some diagnostic. Well, here we go. It is early Saturday morning. Made a run yesterday to AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Not Napa know-how. This is a Dorman Solutions. Dorman does amazing things. They make these components that are OE replacements. And if I didn't say it before, this, oh, see the golden retriever here? It's awesome. Anyhow, the one that's in here, I found it on the Amazon jungle. And it was, I'm not even kidding you, I think it was like $13. And I was like, 13 bucks. What makes me mad at myself is the only reason why I replaced the one that was here was it was just filthy, ugly, dirty, and I suspected it probably wasn't going to last long. And for $13, yep. Why not, right? And then I threw away the old one because everything was working. There we go, one Dorman Solutions harness. Let's see what happens. I'm not feeling confident. Nothing. Uh-oh. Now my back doors don't work. Wait a minute, that lockout. That makes sense. That lockout should allow me to control the window. This isn't good. Let's try this other one in here. Okay. Yeah, so the Dorman Solutions is no good. Doesn't work right. I locked the door somehow. What's going on here? Okay, that's correct. It's locked out. And if I unlock, see, we definitely have to have that because the dog's riding the back and they get their little paws up on the, yeah. So our Dorman Solutions, our Dorman thing doesn't work right. Our $13 one works correctly. But we still have no passenger window, so I don't know what to do with this one. That is bizarre. That is totally bizarre. That should not work that way. And if I have to unlock this to run their windows up and down, that means that, well, that means that I could potentially forget or whatever, and the dog's going to run the window down. We keep that locked all the time on our other Silverado. Yeah, that's not going to work, guys. We're back to plan A, 0.7. I did request another switch in over there for that door. That's $35 versus $6 or $7 for one of these cheap knockoffs. And figure it out from there. What we're looking at here is the door harness. And I was messing around. My wife was reading all these forums about the red and white wire being broken in the bend. My red and white wire is fine. There's something else going on here. I was able to get in here and wiggle on the rubber boot, and the driver power window button started working on the passenger side like it's supposed to, the master switch. This one still isn't responding. Then you find all this green tape in here. And don't think this green tape is factory. And so I'm just trying to get down to it. So there's going to be a broken wire in here somewhere. Well, folks, let me share my diagnostics with you for what they're worth. I'm standing in my light, which is your light. Sorry about that. So this wire we know is broken right here. Interestingly, this is not, I repeat, this broken wire is not the power window wire. This is a power door lock wire. And I have had some goofy issues with the power door lock. So this one I know that we can do something with. Now, interestingly, let me share this with you. I'm no wiring expert, but I do know we don't want to lengthen the wire, really, to any degree. And we don't want to shorten the wire, because either one of those will really contribute to more bad behavior on behalf of the wire, and it's cracking, tearing, bending, breaking. So what I'm going to do is make a little tiny splice in here, and that way for the bit that I take out, by doubling it over, I'm going to add a little bit back in. I did have a blue wire that helped. When you can match the color, that's a good thing. Got my heat shrink here, and one of these many different tubes. I thought I saw the right size. I'm going to go with the regular heat shrink on it, and what we're going to do, like I said, I'm going to put this little guy in here because I don't want to create too much extra wire. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you fix a wiring disaster? One wire at a time. Of course. And you shouldn't do more than 6 splices in a, if you get more than 6 wires in a bundle, the recommendation from the experts would tell you to not do it. So, my soldering iron's completely inappropriate. Apply some heat. YouTube world. Went out there and reconnected the battery after we fixed this blue wire, and all of a sudden, auto-magically, the lock-unlock issue fixed, and power window is functioning fine. I'm still going to repair those. I'm still going to repair these open spots in the wires, especially that red one. But I don't know what else to do. I mean, that's acting proper. I just can't believe that this one blue wire which feeds the power door lock, would affect the power window. So just show you something real quick after I was making a fool out of myself with myself. The connector here, the body harness connector, has a protective little red lock that slides all the way through all the connectors, that even when you release the tab, it prevents them from coming out. So I was sitting here fighting myself like crazy, and turned out that I just need to pull that out, and then there's a little tab right there. You stick a little tool in and release it, and the connector comes out. Second one's going to go on there, I think. Let's see. Oh yeah. Just, I can't understand. Right. Let's take a closer look here. See if I can shove this big one. I think I can. This is gonna cover a multitude of sins right there. Boom. Okay. Keep making my... the red thing. I don't know if it matters which end I stick it in. Okay. Now, before I get too stupid, let's go hook the battery up again. Oh, look what I did. What I did. I put it on the wrong side of the... But I think... How about this? Instead of depronging it, let's just set the cam lock back. How about that? Okay. Now, there we go. It's in. I'm going to plug it back. Come around here. Let me show you. This cam lock's pretty cool. They kind of suck the connector when you put them in right. Look at that. It locks it in. Get this one plugged in. Let's test everything again. Share something else with you here. Not good. Can you see the greenish, bluish, greenish discoloration right there? That's corrosion on that connector. I want to look at this side of the connector. See that greenish crap in there too? That can cause all kinds of problems. So we're going to clean that and apply some dielectric grease on those before I call this job done. This thing is tricky, and here's the clue to this. When you take it out, you're just going to pry the edges of the rubber here and pry it off. And then inside here is a tab on both sides. If you squeeze on it a little bit, the ring that's in here, the protective ring, will pop out. The only way I found to get the rubber back on the ring and then pop the ring in is to put the ring onto the rubber. Carefully, there's 2 index points. You'll see them if you have to do this. And then you just snap it in. So, you know, this is what we did this for. The door locks were acting stupid at one point, and the window was not going up and down. Go ahead and try the master window for this side, and there we go. So we're back in business. We had a combination of things. We had dirty connectors. We had a broken wire. We had exposed wires that were potentially shorting. And the way this system works from the schematics that I read, the body control module will look for a short, and it may or may not shut down the relay. So I had power up here, but it's possible that things moving around created an issue. But back in business, as Nikki was just saying, a switch later, a master switch later, what?
Regulator.
Regulator, the window regulator, checking fuses, and of course repairing the wires when I could have just repaired the wires. But I do have to say, having fresh new switches is a plus. They look good. And now we know what's inside there. Clean, ready to go.